Hi, welcome back to the Scrap and Mama Studios, to the 12 weeks of Christmas. This is week 7, and I'm making 4 of these medallions because it's the Half So Christmas party this weekend, and we always exchange ornaments, and we need to bring enough ornaments for your family. So I am making 4 of these Christmas ornaments using the medallion technique. I think it's beautiful. I love the glitter brad, and let's get started. First, you're going to need, out of your 8.5 by 11 cardstock, you're going to need this cardstock cut into 2 inches deep, and it's 11.5 this way, and you're going to need 2 of those. Your DSP, I'm using the Holly Berry Bouquet, you're going to need a full length of 12 inches, and it's going to be 1.5 inches deep. Now you will need to have your glue gun, and you're going to need your 1 3/8 circle punch, because you're going to need to punch circles for behind of your red medallion as well as your front and for the top of your DSP. So I'm going to do that. You're also going to need your Simply Score tool as well, and you're going to need your Tomboy multi-purpose glue. So let's get started. So I'm going to take my eyelid border punch, and you just punch along the edge of your cardstock, like so. And make sure you line it up. This one is so easy to line up, it's scary. And you do it all the way down your cardstock. Of course, by the magic of television, I already have them both done. And now I'm going to grab my Simply Score tool, and I'm going to score them at the 1/2 inch mark all the way to the end. So let's do that. Let's get that done. And you score it. Now with the heavier cardstock, it will be a bit more difficult to work with than your DSP because your DSP is thinner. Ooh. And so that's what we're going to do. Okay, so when you're done doing that, do that to your DSP as well. Okay, now we're going to do the Hill Valley fold. So you fold one way, and then you fold the other, and you fold one way, and you fold the other. Now if you want, you can use your bone folder to crease your folds, but you don't have to if you don't want to. I would with the cardstock, just simply because it's thicker. The DSP I'm not too worried about. After you've done that, take your Tomboy glue. Just want to make sure I clean off the edge. And glue the one side. Whoa. You don't need much. And simply glue it to the other piece. Just like so. And let it sit for a couple seconds. And then do that to the other side. Now we're only part of the way there, but that's okay. So put this aside and do the fold on here. Now with the DSP, you do the same here. You glue it and you connect the two pieces. Like so, and then you do the same thing to the other side. Like so. Now with our winter weathers here, I found honestly that when we do these medallions that you're best to use a hot glue gun. I can't find my really good one, my really hot glue gun, but I have the one from the dollar store and it seems to work just fine. Now this is where it gets tricky. Put your glue away. Take your glue gun, because you only have a few seconds to work with this. Put the glue on it. Now you're gonna wish you had two hands here. And you take, move that over so you can see them like this, and squish to make your medallion. There is a few seconds that you can work with once you have it attached. Now watch this. I've got it covered. I'm going to take my piece and I am going to stab it along here and just hold it. So if it's not exactly centered, don't worry, because your ribbon will cover it that we have in the back. That being said, now put another piece, if you could see that, and center it on here. Like so. Okay, like I said, don't worry about it not being perfect. Now we're going to take this piece and we're going to do the same thing. Ta-da! See? Pretty. I love this DSP. Now do the same thing. Put your hot glue hold it down. Ooh. No, stay there. Like so. Okay. Now bring this piece back in your glue gun. Now this is where you're going to be wanting to be slightly careful, because you're going to want to center it along your piece. Like that. Okay, I'm going to take our 2 3/8 scallop circle punch, and I'm going to punch out a couple of or pieces for glimmer paper. The only reason why I'm doing 2 is because I happen to be needing to make 2. And the thing about these new punches is that yes, you can turn them over, and yes, you can work with them. Okay. Now take your hot glue gun again and your piece. You will want to hot glue this. To the center of your doily or your medallion, like so. Now while I'm here, I'm going to take, now I have leftover 1 1/4 inch gross grain ribbon or grow grain ribbon, the striped one in the real red. I realize it's expired or retired, so therefore you do not have to use it if you don't want to. You can use Old Olive, you can use early espresso, whichever. Now I had cut it in the diagonal. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold it in half so I can give it a better look. And cut. And again, I'm going to put some glue on the back. Like that. And then again, so it's up a little bit higher. And I have that done, like that. Okay? I'm going to get my hand pinned for the holiday Merry Christmas. I'm also going to take out of the distressing kit the mahogany. Mahogany, I'm sorry, is my all-time favorite. I absolutely love it. And I'm just going to go like this. Sorry. Take my very vanilla cardstock piece. You will end up having to cut it down, but for now, just so we could stamp evenly. And there you have it. I'm going to bring in my paper cutter just so I can cut off the extra bits here, because really it is too wide. However, I wanted to make sure that it was giving me enough room to stamp on. And I just wanted to be careful. And now I'm going to take my paper snips. There's a lot of little steps in here. And go at the angle and then trim to the middle, because I'm going to make a V. And part of the distressing toolkit is this block of sponge, or a block of rubber, and I'm gonna put some on here in the same color, and I'm going to go over the whole thing. Like that. Now, crumple it up. Don't be shy, crumple it up. to take my basic rhinestones, and I'm going to use the middle one and put it over the eye, like that. I'm going to take a couple dimensionals, might need your paper snips to loosen the backings a bit. I'm going to add a bit of hot glue because with our weather, again, I want to make sure it stays on. And the way my daughter dropped it yesterday, it's a good idea. Okay, and just put it on a slight angle. You don't want it to be perfect. And there you have it. Now also what I might recommend you do is to add some glue to the back of your ribbon, a little bit, so it lays flat against your medallion. You don't want it floating all the way through. Like that. And there's just one more little step, and then you're almost done. So I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to grab my gorgeous velvet ribbon, the new Very Vanilla ribbon, and I'm going to take about an inch, I'm sorry, 12 inches. I'm using the green glitter brads. You're going to need to open it up a little bit. Wrap it around your fingers. This is how we did the last one. And we're going to squish it together. Take your brad. Squish your ribbon. Snip off a nice angle on the ends because you don't want it too long. Bring back your medallion. Okay, now that I've got it done, I'm going to add a drop of hot glue. And I'm going to take my real red ribbon and I'm going to lay it right here. And there you have it. There is your Christmas ornament, and that is what I'm going to give to our relatives at the Hafsa Christmas party this Saturday. You'll see the video on Sunday, but that's what I am doing. So if you have any further questions, please contact me at teresa@thescrapandmama.com, and until next week, I will see you then. Have a great week.